Even though I know he doesn't like me like that, I can't help it. I can't help it. If I wanted to, wouldn't help it, even if I could. Man, have you ever dealt with a woman who was a friend of yours, but may have wanted more and kind of stayed around as you had other relationships, and she was the go-to that you would call and tell her about the other females too? Have y'all ever done something like that? Man, let me know in the chat, because I know there's some women out here who, as I get back to the simp topic, there's some women out here, some simpettes out here who are good friends with a man. She said, oh, that's my male best friend. That's my male best friend. And I'm basically hearing about everything that this man is telling me about this woman. He's telling me she's beautiful, this and that. And this is all the stuff I want to hear as a woman. But I'm going to sit on the sideline and just get that emotional connection from that man until my Prince Charming comes on that white horse and steals me away. Until then, I'm just emotionally connected to this man, and I'm just going to be in the way. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to get jealous when my best friend, my male best friend, gets into another relationship, because I wish it could be me. It's some women out here like that. And that's why I'm going to get into that example. Y'all, I see some yeses in the chat. So that confirms what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. Let's get into it right now. I'm going to read this real quick. I didn't even comment the lady name. I'm sorry, lady. But this lady, she was in the Facebook group. She put up a message, and I'm going to read that message to y'all today. She says, so I have a friend who calls me his best friend. We are strictly platonic, and he has even told me some of the girls that he likes. Some of the girls that he likes. Excuse me. Here we go. The problem is, I really, really, really like him. Even though I know he doesn't like me like that, I can't help it. I can't help it. If I wanted to, wouldn't help it, even if I could. I feel in my heart I should move on from this friendship, or at least take a break for a few weeks away from him. Sadly, if I do this, I lose my ride for church services. She said, I lose my ride for church services and other church events. Also, my son would be so sad, or would be sad. He has a son as well, and they both like each other. How do I handle this without spilling out I like him? Okay, here we go. Ooh. See, this is what I'm talking about, because there's so many women. Women go in the friend zone too. And you really know ain't no action when the women go in the friend zone, because it's usually the men that go in the friend zone. But when it's a woman going in the friend zone, she's just there for that emotional connection. Or she, like I said, she really likes him. Like in this case, as she's mentioning, she knows he doesn't like her. And see, men aren't confusing. And us ladies, we know that. We know that men aren't confusing. And God is not the author of confusion. So if that man was sent from heaven, then we would know that he would not be confusing. He would make his intentions very clear. And he said that he is her best friend. He calls me his best friend. She said, I should move on for this friendship. And I think that's the healthiest thing you could do. You can pray on it for sure. You can pray on it. And I would pray while I'm praying my way out of there. Because I think it's important to realize that if you have feelings for somebody, that stuff doesn't just go away. It magnifies over time. That's why I tell y'all all the time, you have to be careful about these friendships that y'all have. These friendships that y'all have. Because every little moment of time can add up to more. Oh, we laugh here, we kiki. Until y'all kikiing in the bedroom. And then it's too late at that point, because you gave access. Y'all got comfortable. And y'all can never get too comfortable when it comes to these female-male dynamic relationships. I'm telling y'all. Okay, I don't have any male friends that's on speed dial that I'm calling to tell them about my whole day and this and that. I don't have any of that. Because I told y'all before, and I'll say it again. I'm going to make room for my future husband, even though he's not in my life right now. Maybe in my life, but obviously I don't know who he is right now. But I'm saying is that I'm making room for him now. What I mean is that I'm setting the play up right now. So we're going to hit that touchdown together. Y'all get me? I'm saying this to say that I am not going to have any male friends in my significant other's way. I'm not going to do that because it's rude to him. How can you got to have boundaries, people. And we don't want to set boundaries up because we think this. I'm going to talk about this in just a second. Single until married, because y'all love to say somebody's single until married because of what the Bible says and what legalities and all that. But I'm going to get into that single until married stuff too in just a second. But let me make a note of that just so I won't forget, honey. Single until married. All right. I'm going to get to that. But back to my main point here. When it comes to this woman, you got your heart all twisted up. You need to remove yourself from the situation because it's not healthy. And you said you lost your church ride, but honey, I'll provide a ride for you. Where you at? I'll get you the Uber to church because I'd rather you do that than to have to think that you need this man just for a ride to church service and other church events. And see, this is what I'm saying. You can't do that, ma'am. You can't do that. You can go drive your way, he drive his way, and y'all can just see each other at church, but I will try to back up a little bit. That's what I would do. I would try to back up a little bit and just do it little by little. You get what I'm saying? The heat is on right now. You feeling them? Bring that stuff down to about a good 65 degrees. Bring it down to a good 60, 55. You know what I'm saying? Bring that stuff on down because in reality, that needs to be cut off. But it's just best thing to do is just wean yourself away. Stop calling us often. Stop texting us often. Stop looking out for that good morning text, ma'am, because we know you're looking out for it. And I would just do my best to not feel like I have to be depending on him because you don't need to depend on nobody but God and your man. And see, this is the priority. If the women at church will focus more on getting themselves to be a wife instead of, you're basically like a wife to this man almost in a way because you feel the need to depend on him. And since you feel the need to depend on him, it's like you can't break away from this man. Like you have ties to this man. Like y'all are one. And you can be friends with somebody, but you just got to bag it up because at some point in time, he's ready to recruit his wife. And he hasn't even put you in the top 5 lineup, the starting 5. Obviously, you're not in the playbook. Look, seriously, by any means, get a bike. I would do whatever it takes. Shout out to you, Pons Tech. I appreciate you for being here. Look, Uber, Lyft, or the church van. Sis, come through with that, because I got to get you to clap for that one. Hold on. I'll get you to applause, because that's Uber, Lyft, the church van. I'm telling you, the church will have no problem picking you up, so you cannot make these little excuses. I know you want to hold on, but holding on will lead you in the wrong direction. He's telling you about the girls that you like. Do you know that's emotional wear and tear on your mind as well? When you think about it? It's emotional wear and tear in your mind. Because you think about, I wish I could be her. What does she look like? Okay, maybe I need to wear this. Maybe I need to put these earrings on. Maybe I need to put a little bit more makeup on, do this, do that, because he likes that type. No matter how much you do to change your body up, if that man is not interested in you, he's not interested in you. There's so many women now that wish they could reverse everything they did on that BBL table. Some women wish they could come back alive again and be able to tell y'all some stories and tell y'all it wasn't worth it getting that BBL operation, for example. And whether it's the BBL or whatever y'all getting out here. But I just wouldn't do that at the cost of a man or trying to fit in with another woman. We are the society of fitting in. And this is the thing. When you are in the society of fitting in, you'll always try to follow the trends. You'll never be able to relax and rest in who you truly are. That's just on a separate topic, but that's what I'm just trying to let y'all know is that women today, we're always competing. We always look the same. And I know before I had an episode where I asked one of my guests, how can I stand out from a society where there's women who all look the same? Women that are showing off their bodies. They said, you don't have to compete where you don't compare. You don't have to compete where you don't compare. And that's just to let you ladies know is that if everybody's out here wearing fake hair, fake nails, fake lashes, fake personalities, and fake everything else, fill in the blank, then all you got to do is be the opposite of that. And that's what you'll attract. But I'm telling you, these fake women are going to attract fake men. Because if you're wearing fake hair, for example, then you should also expect that man to also wear a toupee or fake beards. Now, they're doing all of that. Do you want that? If you don't want that, then you shouldn't be that. And that's why it's so important to be what you desire to receive. You can't be out here for the streets, but expect somebody who isn't in the streets. But back to this lady, I'm gonna read these comments. And shout out to Derek Gaines for the $2. You said it's not the ride she'll miss, it's him. Okay, tell the truth. That's what I'm saying. It's not no ride. You look, lady, you would get to church services because what were you doing before he started giving you rides to church service? That's my question. And there's so many different opportunities. You know, people are begging people to get to church every day. But for some reason, you think that you need this man to get to church. That's the only person you know at this church, honey. If so, you need to branch out because you say you go to other church events. So you obviously know other church people. And I just think that's an excuse. And it's so sad because women will waste their whole life obviously putting the message out here on Facebook for us to see. They'll waste their whole life out here trying to figure out, how can I get this man to like me? She said, how do I handle this without spilling out I like him? But the best thing is not playing around, not tiptoeing around the situation and acting like you can neglect your feelings. You can't neglect the feelings that you have for this man. All right, ladies, just please keep it real. And tell that man, maybe sometimes you got to tell him how you feel. And I'm going to tell y'all something really quick. There was a TV show I watched at one point in time in which a woman was heavy, right? She was a heavy woman. She was young, around her 20s. And her male best friend was also in his 20s. And he was always talking about the type of girls he liked, this and that. So she thought she would go on a journey to lose weight. And see, when you lose weight for the wrong reasons, you get the wrong results. I'm not saying on the scale, but I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. She decided to lose weight. And then eventually she approaches her male best friend and says, hey, I'm interested in you. Can we talk? And he says no. And the question I have for you, lady, is what is your plan next? Because it never works out. Once you express your feelings and the feelings aren't reciprocated, you become a simpette. You are literally becoming a simpette because you didn't know your place. You took advantage of the situation. And now that man doesn't even want to be friends with her anymore because you can't go back from that. Because he's always going to be thinking, oh, she likes me. And it's just going to be awkward now. That's why I tell you, if you have feelings for a man and he hasn't expressed those feelings for you, what are you doing? And men, if you're with a woman, if you're dealing with a female best friend for years and she's never expressed that she likes you or just giving you a little bit of an inch of love in a way, you get what I'm saying? Like she's never giving you the indication that she likes you. What are you doing being friend zoned? Go to another zone, okay? Because you're going to be wasting your whole life trying to impress a woman that doesn't like you.